Welcome to Jeff's 5 for May 22nd, 2015. It's a special Friday edition this week. Will and I just got back from an anniversary trip yesterday evening, so this week's episode is New York-centric. So here we go with this week's 5. We took some time downtown, including a pancake breakfast at our favorite diner. I had to go walking along the Hudson in the morning. The fog was quite reminiscent of our Humboldt home. And I also stopped by the koi pond to check out the ducks and the fish, because that was always one of my favorite spots there. The World Financial Center has become Brookfield Place. And luckily the Winter Garden with its palm trees and the glass dome is the same, even though there's upscale shopping now on both sides of it. We did make a stop at Sprinkles Cupcakes too, which became a favorite of ours right before we moved. I got a peanut butter chocolate chip, and Will got that triple cinnamon one that's over on the right side of the screen. The centerpiece of this trip was to see some shows. First up for us was An American in Paris. This was a sublime show, and it's easy to see why it's nominated for 12 Tony Awards. The love story is enchanting, the Gershwin score is gorgeous, and the dancing from the very opening number just had me mesmerized, with its mix of ballet, ballroom, and contemporary. It's a highly recommended show if you want a beautifully romantic time. Check out the eye icon for some show footage. Chita Rivera is stunning in The Visit, and it's not surprising that she's nominated for a Tony for her performance. This dark musical, the final one from Candor and Ebb, is a dark one about a woman returning home after decades to get justice from her lover in a very diabolical fashion. Of particular note in this one-act show is the duet that Chita dances with her younger self. It was purely divine to see that. Of course, there's some show footage that you can check out in the eye icon so you can see for yourself. Our final show was a trip to the Met to see American Ballet Theatre's production of Othello. This was a must in our trip since we subscribed to ABT while we lived in New York and we wanted to see part of its 75th anniversary season. This production was incredible and unlike any other I'd seen from ABT, as it was more contemporary than most. There was extra magic that night too, because it was the last time that Julie Kent, who retires later this season, would dance with Marcello Gomes. That translated into a very passionate and powerful performance, as well as a tearful curtain call. I was excited to take Will to the center for a visit to the Bureau of General Services Queer Division bookstore that's there. I went for the first time in April, and I'm so glad there's a gay bookstore open in an easily accessible location like the center. If you're living in or visiting NYC, make this a must visit. I love going into a store like this to discover books I'd never find on Amazon. BGSQD curates a great collection spanning the LGBTQ rainbow. They also host events for authors, poets, and performers. You can see their latest on their events at bgsqd.com. That's all for this week's 5. Next week the show will be back on its regular day, Thursday. Thanks for watching, and make sure to leave a comment on the blog or on YouTube if you have anything to say about what you've seen here. Have a great weekend.